Good evening. I'm Laura Lee. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Dan is on assignment. Starting tomorrow, it is legal to have and smoke marijuana in Minnesota. Police departments across the state have been very busy for the past few months, training their officers on how to adapt to this new law. Northern News Now's Natalie Hepner heard from Duluth's police chief today about what that process looked like. Natalie?
Yeah, Laura, Minnesota is the 23rd state to legalize recreational marijuana, but local leaders are still figuring out what that means for Duluth. Starting tomorrow, adults 21 and older can possess, smoke, and travel within Minnesota with a legal amount of marijuana, but it will not be legal to drive high in Minnesota. Duluth Police Chief Mike Sanoa says officers can arrest for probable cause of impaired driving, but right now it's tough for them to obtain evidence when someone is high, like they can with alcohol impairment. That's because he said there is no roadside test showing someone's level of impairment. And Sanoa added there is no legal limit identified yet within the state. I asked Sanoa if that makes him nervous. Here's what he had to say.
Yeah, it does. I mean, I don't want to see people get harmed because we have this substance that's always been out there. I mean, it's been a part of other DWI investigations that we have done for years, but I do think that you will see more people, at least in the beginning, utilizing or using that substance.
Sanoa says officers will note any signs of impaired driving, such as swerving and driving different speeds, in their police reports and present that to the court when they make an arrest. It will then be up to the attorneys to prove that and officially file any charges. The penalties for driving while high is the same as drunk driving, which is a DWI conviction. We reached out to the St. Louis County Attorney Kim Mackey today, asking how her office plans to prosecute these cases. She says over time, she expects the State Court of Appeals and Supreme Court to issue decision guiding how to handle these cases. For now, she says her office will rely on their experience and expertise to hold people who choose to consume marijuana and drive accountable.
Natalie, now we know this drug is legal tomorrow, but what does that actually mean for Duluth, let's say, police canines, which are trained to sniff out that drug?
Yeah, Laura, Sanoa says that the canines' biggest purpose is to alert for drugs like fentanyl, heroin, and meth rather than marijuana. But he also said if the dogs do alert to marijuana, checking to see if that possession is under the legal limit is still important.
All right, Natalie, thank you. Reporting live from our studio tonight.